10 lawnmower checklist and tips before the first cut of the season. Today I'm going to show you what I check and take care of before the first cut of the season. I'm getting this Snapper LT200 with a 22 horsepower engine ready for the first cut. So let me show you what I do to get this ready. There are items on this checklist that I'm going to show you that you may already know, you may never heard of, or you may just have forgotten about them. The first and the most obvious are the tires. You want to check the air pressure in all your tires. This machine's maybe 20 years old. Anyway, you want to make sure the tires are inflated to the right pressure for a couple of reasons. One, if your tires are uneven, your deck is going to cut uneven. It'll cut to one side or the other. It just won't cut right. The next factor is a safety factor. If you're riding and you're on a hill and this tire comes off the rim because it's low and you hit a bump or whatever the case is, you made a turn, you run the risk of flipping this tractor over or rolling off the hill. At the very least, this tire will come off the rim. You'll spend an afternoon trying to get it back on the rim. That's if you didn't destroy the tire altogether. So the tires, which are often overlooked, are very important. Next, let's get under the hood. If you change the oil before you put it away the previous year, great call. What you want to do, whether you changed the oil last year or not, is to check the level. Now everybody says, well, I know that. But when you check the level, you want to make sure the oil isn't sitting at a higher level than what it was when you put it away. Now, I can't check the level on this now because I'm on these ramps, and it has to be on level ground to check it properly. But you want to check your dipstick. If your oil is higher than what you recall leaving it at, take a sniff. Bring it up and smell it. If it smells like gas, or if you're not sure, walk away from the machine, get a cigarette lighter, and light the tip of this. If it lights right up, that means you have gas in your crankcase. Now, what's the problem with that? Well, the gas in the crankcase is going to dilute the oil, and you will blow this engine. What you want to do at that point, you want to drain the oil immediately before you start it and take care of that situation. Now, how did the gas get into your crankcase? If you have a gas tank that's higher than the engine and it's gravity fed, what often happens is as the gas flows down to your carburetor, the needle and the seat in the carburetor aren't closing properly. The gas goes into the carburetor, leaks through the carburetor, gets into the engine, and if your exhaust valve is up, that gas goes right into your crankcase. That'll definitely blow the engine. I picked up several machines and that was the cause of the blown engine on them. So if you didn't change your oil last year, you want to run the engine, make sure there's oil in it, run the engine, let it warm up a little bit, change the oil. If you have a filter, change the filter, then proceed. Next, you want to check your air filter. If you did it last year and you know you left a clean filter in there, that's great. But I want to point something out that a lot of people don't check and they're just not aware of. I was picking up mowers a few years back to do my YouTube videos. I picked up several that had a mess in here, and I'll explain to you in just a minute. Okay, this air filter has to be changed and the pre-filter has to be changed. On this particular unit, this is an Intek 22 twin. You have to remove this screw, and there's several screws along the side here, I believe 4. 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. I think, oh no, 6. There's 6 screws. This is missing a few. And you want to pull off this engine cowling or cover. Let me pull it off and I'll explain why in just a minute. Now I have to say, this surprised me. It's clean in here. This has been sitting out here all winter long and there's nothing in here. What did I expect to find? Let me show you what I found before. I had this situation where this sat out for a week in between cuts, and when I went to start it, I seen just a little grass like this on the side. I said, geez, you know, I blew it out the last time I used it. Why is that grass sticking out there? I opened it up and there was a mouse condo in there, but this time it's pretty clean. So that's okay. You can see what they did once before when they were in here. they chewed up this wire. I just taped it up and it's been working ever since. It's been like that a couple of years now. So we checked the oil, we checked the filter, we checked to make sure there aren't any mouse condos in here. And again, if this is clogged with straw and hay, this engine, remember, is only cooled by the little bit of oil that's in it and air. So if you have the air blockage, this engine, again, it will blow. Right? Now we have that taken care of. Come down to your carburetor. And this one, the carburetor's back in here. If you left gas in your unit, drain a little gas out, put it in a glass jar, check to see if there's any water. If you see any water in that jar, drain your gas tank out. Then go to your carburetor, drop the bowl. Camera picking that up, let's see. Drop the bowl of the carburetor, clean out whatever in there, spray a little carburetor cleaner up into the carburetor. You should be okay because you did not run the engine with that water in there. So you may get away without having to take it apart and cleaning it. Just clean the water out of the bowl because it won't start. If it does start, it'll run really bad. So we have the carburetor taken care of, the oil taken care of, no mouse condos, the tires taken care of. Next, I will go to the deck. You want to make sure you can spin your blades. You want to listen for any grinding noise. That means you have a bearing that's going, or that the blades can actually turn. Sometimes they freeze up. What will happen? The engine will run. Let me get down here. The engine will run. It'll turn this belt. The belt will spin along the spindle that's not turning, and it'll burn this belt out. That'll be the end of the belt. I bought this belt, I believe it was 2 years ago on this particular mower. I believe this belt alone was $65. So you have $65 plus the run to the store to get it, time lost, aggravation, expense. Just check it out. Another thing, last but not least, you want to make sure you clean up the lawn. Now, through the course of the year, as I walk the dog, I have all these trees, so there's always limbs that fall off. There's always something on the lawn. I pick them up as I walk the dog, so I don't have to do it all at once. But even though I do that almost on a daily basis, I just raked up just a little bit right around here, and I picked this up. Doesn't look like much, but consider this. You have that belt spinning at high revolution. You have the heat from the engine itself, the heat that the belt is producing, and now it's hitting these twigs. Individually, these twigs aren't much, but cumulative, it's a lot of wear and tear on the belt. And again, you're saving the belt, the trip to the store, and the aggravation of climbing underneath. Eventually, it will have to be changed, but why have to do that job more times than necessary? Oh, I forgot, the battery. If you had your battery charged and you left it in here from last year, it should start without any issues. If you left your battery in and you didn't disconnect the cables, loosen them up, make sure they're clean, there isn't any corrosion on the cable or on the battery itself. Clean them up, tighten them up, and that should be it with your battery. If you left your battery out and it wasn't charged and it was in the cold all winter, more than likely you're going to need a new battery. But you give it a shot, you never know. I had batteries last as long as 6 years, and I had some that died in less than a year. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, it does help. And if you have any other checklist items or tips, post them down below. You never know who may find them useful. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z button. And not to miss my new videos as I upload them, be sure to ring that bell. Until next time, have a great summer. Happy mowing.